On the cutting edge of the construction business, Marjam is literally building parts of America. The company name combines those of its founding brothers, Mark and James Fuller. Marjam is one of the most competitive and respected building and construction supply firms in the Northeast. The company, which Mark and James started in 1979, has beaten the odds by actually flourishing and thriving during slumps in the volatile construction industry.
Tremendous shortages of key products, key commodities developed in 1980 and the early 80s. So James and I were in a very fortunate position to take advantage of that. We were able to buy and sell, and because we were so small and watched our dollars, we were able to pay our bills very well. And as other competitors started to falter, we were able to take advantage of that and make some money and turn our business around.
When you see the size of operations, the level of activity around the warehouse, and the hundreds of orders being loaded and shipped daily, it's hard to imagine that Mark and James began Marjam out of a tiny storefront in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. They started with only $5,000.
We rented a small building on North 6th Street, and we borrowed our father's truck at that time, and we started making deliveries. Mostly James would be driving the truck, and I'd be taking the orders.
Now they're running a $100 million business with 7 branches selling construction supplies in New York, Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Mark, as company president, was recently awarded Ernst & Young and Inc. magazine's New York City Entrepreneur of the Year for engineering and construction. Marjam sells everything needed to put up a building, floor to ceiling. That includes metal framing, lumber and plywood, even the nails that hold them together. Shelves are stocked with every construction product imaginable. That includes adhesives and masonry products. Here on the shelves are the unassembled building blocks that have gone into creating and renovating buildings throughout the Manhattan skyline. Some of the newest sites Marjam Supplies have helped create include the Warner Brothers store and the Motown Cafe. Contractors used Marjam Supplies for the rebuilding of the World Trade Center after the 1994 bombing.
Raise your height, Robert. Lower your angle.
While Mark runs the business side of Marjam, James oversees the massive operations, not only here at the bustling Brooklyn headquarters, but at all 7 branches. What sets their operations apart from the competition is equipment like this boom truck.
That truck in particular hoists up to 80-some-odd feet. For the brownstones that are 6 and 7 stories high, it's very difficult to load those jobs without the right equipment. You either need a real crane, which you can't get into most city streets, or you need a piece of equipment like you see out there that hoists up to 6 and 7-story buildings, and it brings the material to the window or to the roof as need be, and each job is different.
Even in a driving cold rain, Marjam never shuts down. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, they make deliveries. Their around-the-clock availability is a basic but distinct service. It's a critical advantage that keeps Marjam ahead of the competition.
In New York, we're open 24 hours a day, and because the city never sleeps, we deliver all night long, if need be, or 5 o'clock in the morning with a difficult elevator job, or different requirements on a lot of different city streets where they don't allow truck service during the day. It's very congested downtown and midtown, and we offer that service. A lot of our competitors can't give that level of service like we do.
It's that kind of service that attracts loyal customers.
New York's a very tough place to do business, and a lot of the effort and a lot of the risk is placed on the supplier to get the material to the jobs. We have men making $60, $70 an hour, and you might have a crew of 6, 7, 8 guys waiting there, and if the truck's not there on time, it causes a lot of problems for us and costs a lot of money for us.
Shrewd business management is how Marjam made the leap from small family storefront operations to a multi-million-dollar interstate supplier. The brothers who built this firm took on the challenge of tough economic times by boldly expanding when other firms were withering under the pressure.
There were quite a few competitors, and they weren't too happy to go away. But fortunately for Marjam, many of them fell into distress. They weren't watching their business. They weren't watching their credit and their costs, and they went into various forms of bankruptcy. And that's been a source for a lot of our growth, both picking up their customers, picking up their product lines, and in some cases, James and I were fortunate enough that we're able to buy the properties at very, very distressed prices.
Marjam has a diverse customer list.
The other large component that Marjam is focused on is what we call our institutional sector. We really feature the hospitals, the schools, government, large building managers, real estate owners, and developers.
Mark and James say their success lies with their employees. With over 300 workers, they have a track record not many construction businesses can boast of. They have never laid off a single employee.
The big difference here is that I worked other places before, and when it gets slow and they lay people off and stuff like that. Since they've been here, no one has got laid off or nothing like that. The work is hard, but the benefits are good.
As depicted in the futuristic mural in Mark's office, Marjam is looking ahead.
We have a very, very sophisticated data processing team. We're one of the only companies I know in our industry that's located on the Internet today. We get a lot of mail to our Internet address, which I'm happy to say is www.marjam.com.
The horizon includes expansion.
We've always been looking for new locations. We really feel very, very happy that we've been able to position ourselves to grow. There's no leverage here at Marjam. We're not in a debt position, which enables us to do a lot of things without anybody looking over our shoulders.